Good afternoon. What can I do for you? He looked good. You know, he came back and he actually texted us last night telling us he felt better. So when he got to work today, he had a nice breakfast and seemed to do fine. I'm sure he's not quite himself, but almost.
How much do the defensive linemen push each other? They're all pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's natural. Yeah, oh, yeah. You ought to hear the room.
What kind of stuff is that?
I can't reveal that. It's all, competitive stuff, They acknowledge one another, but then they also acknowledge what could be better and encourage each other. That's stretching the word to improve or to be the best they can be. His preparation, he'd done all the work prior to. He'd come out here and actually thrown and warmed up and got started, and then started feeling, woo, wait a minute, And but he'd already done all his classroom work, and he what he missed was the after practice work, and then he was able to come in this morning and do some of that. So.
We ask him all the time about Eli's, like that kind of calm demeanor. We always ask him why he's doing certain circumstances, and he talks about his even feel. So what do you credit your own sort of similar character traits? How did you get through that?
I never heard that said about me before. Thank you. If that's a compliment, I'm accepting it.
Like your consistency in the way that you
Yeah.
feel.
Well, you got to work at that part now. It's not always been that way for me. I've had a lot of years where it's the first thing that, whatever happens, it becomes a spontaneous response. And over the years, you learn to control that just to the point where you pick your spot where you need to interject what it is you want the player to understand. So it's just experience, probably. How has it been? I would say very good. You'd have to ask him.
He's had the healthiest year and most productive year.
Yes, he has. He's put together a nice string of games of late here as well. But he's more confident. He knows more about the system and what he's being asked to do, and he has performed very well here down the stretch.
How difficult has it been over the years to defend the tight end? It seems like that position's just gotten so athletic and fast. It's become
Well, it's caused, we've been fortunate to have one of those guys most of the time here that people have had to defend, had to worry about defending. But no question, it just creates another problem for you. And if you're talking about Vernon Davis, there certainly is a guy that has to be, an awful lot of attention has to be spent thinking about how you're going to defend him.
Has he gotten a lot better as a route runner?
He has. He has. He has. You got to have people that can be in position to be stride for stride with them, but also you've got to be able to try to do something about the release.
Well, we talked about the field position thing yesterday and the turnovers constantly on those areas. How does that affect the way that you coach against a team like that, or how the players play against a team like that?
Well, it affects the way in which you set up your plan, but more than that, it affects the thought process that everyone has on their mind in terms of priorities and the keys that are going to allow you to have a chance to win. So that being the case, the players are constantly aware of it because they're hearing it. They're hearing it from me. They're hearing it from the assistant coaches. And then at the end of the week when we summarize the entire week, they hear it again. So they understand about whatever the keys are. They understand what they are, and they're very much aware of it. If you just simply talk about it from a special teams emphasis standpoint, then you do realize that therein lies a big chunk of this field position business. And so the players, the punter, everyone, the kicker, they all know, the coverage people, how important it is against a very good return team.
Tom, just one other question on Canty. Is it easier to coach a guy who has been
I don't know about that. I just think he's a, he's a very smart guy. He's a very, very competitive guy. He wants to be a very good football player and a part of our team, and that's what makes it easy. When someone's motivated to be the very best they can be, that would be the word that would lead me to think that that's what would make it better in terms of the coach-player relationship.
About as good as 3-4 defensive.
Very good. Very good.
How much, I guess, easier does he make what Coughlin can do on the outside?
Look at the number of sacks that the young rookie's got. Not to take anything away from him, but playing next to each other and the things that he institutes, Smith institutes, so that the young end can take full advantage of it. That's pretty impressive.
Tom, do you ever get a sense of the way opinion seems to change so drastically about you? Like after the Washington game, people were really critical, and now somebody did a Google search today, and it was Tom Coughlin and John.
You just summed it up. That's exactly the way it comes across. Yeah, it's never. If you're coaching in this job here, you're either one or the other.
And how do you live with that?
Do you want the honest truth? I just keep the blinders on and go straight ahead. I don't have anything to do with what's being said on the outside. So I really, and the priorities and the way that I think about it, I don't let it affect me in any way. I do believe in the John Wooden statement about, we like praise, we don't like criticism, but if you let either one of those things affect your preparation, then you've got a problem.
Tom, in the last 4 weeks, I think you haven't given up a pass longer than 34 yards. Is that something to do with the rushes getting there quicker and you can't go deep, or defenders that are playing better, or what?
Combination. We're tighter. Our coverage is better. We're tighter. There's not as much daylight. You better get it thrown at a relatively on-time release of the ball. So I think it one feeds off the other, and it always has.
What does that drop down for confidence knowing that you guys have given up, haven't given up a big play in 4 weeks, but you've made a big play?
Well, it's done a lot for the confidence of our defensive team and for them believing and trusting in each other, and you see it grow on a weekly basis, and it's based on success. And, we didn't win the big play battle the last time we played the 49ers. They had more than we did, so we've got a challenge there.